Actually, something just came out today with 50 Cent. Did you see that?
Yeah, he talking about Diddy dick size. Pause.
No. Well, he also was saying that Diddy. Somebody was on the stand saying he had a problem with 50 Cent. Were you ever accused of stealing? Yes, jewelry.
You talking about Capricorn.
Okay, yeah, Capricorn.
That was my
Then he
dog.
said
Shout out
like,
to Capricorn. That was my dog. That was his assistant.
here's 50 Cent's caption. Oh my goodness. Itty bitty Diddy wants me dead. I have to lay low. I think I'm gonna hide out at the playoff game tonight. Because in one of the dude's testimony, he's saying that Diddy had a gun for 50 or something, like that he didn't like 50.
Nah, what it was is 50 Cent in his worst times in this era wrote songs for J-Lo and Diddy. Well, he wrote songs for J-Lo for Diddy. That's number one. And he wanted to sign 50, but 50 just wasn't rocking with Diddy. Number one. Number two, Diddy Get Back was 50 baby mama on purpose. You know what I'm saying? Being petty. So 50 and Diddy's situation is a little more steeper and different than what people think it is, you dig? I just think in my mind, 50 is a street dude. Diddy is not a street dude, but he want to be a street dude. So he got the money to be a gorgeous gangster, a.k.a. do street shit. But what it come down to is 50 ain't want to rock with Diddy, even though 50 wrote songs over there at Bad Boy. And then when 50 started popping, Diddy was just envious of 50 really blowing up. That's all I see. And he his baby mama on purpose. You know, to let 50 know that I'm me. You dig? And no matter how that sound, that's some petty ass shit. So 50 is petty. No matter how that sound, 50 gonna be he's a petty, and if you're a street, you know petty ain't shit. And I love 50, but at the end of the day, 50 is his get back is kicking you while you're down. That's just how I see it.
Yeah, 50, man, he has been going at Diddy so hard for so long.
The whole way. Curtis,
it's crazy.
but his baby mama. Mm-hmm. That's what I really think it is. Diddy thought he was getting back, but 50 got him back even worse. So it's 48 laws of power. You know what I'm saying? Never outshine the master, right? And Diddy thought he was the master, but 50 showed that he was him. That's all.
Did you ever see anything that let you know or made you think Diddy was gay?
Yeah. What, you want me to elaborate?
Can you elaborate on it? Yeah, if you can.
I just left the Bad Boy Making the Band situation. I signed over there with Bad Boy South. Kim, of course. Kim, rest in peace to Kim, which is Quincy's mama and Christian's mama, and the twins' mama. But Kim was rooting for me. Kim and Half Pierre, they really liked me a lot. I signed to Bad Boy South just before the Jesus, Boys in the Hood, and Jeezy et al., and the Jocks and all this. Well, I signed to Bad Boy South for whatever I signed for, which is a substantial amount of money. I kept trying to get the budget for the Lil Daddy single that Ryan Leslie produced for me. It took me 5 to 6 months to try to get it. When Diddy finally opened the budget up for me, I was in New York. And then I'm just minding my business, enjoying myself. And, we feel like we got a hit, with Chop. And everybody's excited. Half PR, the Kims and all that. They all excited about it. Well, one time I'm at Daddy's house, and Half PR called me. And he was like, get Puff for me. A lot of people called him Diddy, but Half PR called him Puff. I love Half PR because he's Haitian, I'm Haitian. So it was a Haitian thing. It was always love for us. I still got love for Half. Half PR was like, put Diddy on the phone. I got to holler at him about something. Okay. So I go into the A room. So I'm like, Paulie was there. It's big security. It's one of his main securities, actually. And I'm like, Paulie, say, bro, Diddy, Half want to talk to Puff. And Paulie was like, I can't do that until Puff green like that. So I put Harv on the phone on speaker, and Paulie looked the other way. When Paulie looked the other way, I walked into the room, opened the door, and I seen Diddy and a white man, very powerful white man, groping, grabbing each other's crotch, kissing on each other. When I seen that, I shut the door, like, whoa. And next thing you know, I shot Lil Daddy in like 3 days. I shot the single by myself, and I shot the remix with Lil Wayne and Jody Breeze the same day. So, yeah. And if I say the guy name, you'll lose your platform.
So you stumbled on to something that ended up being beneficial to you, man. Now, was that the first time that, like, did you have any hint of what was going on, or was it just like a complete shock of what you see?
Cam, the only hint that I had was going on was on Making the Band with Diddy. Was when the cameras was on, he was very professional, brother. When the cameras was off on Bad Boy South, he started actually being himself. So I can't pinpoint, you heard me, what that was, brother. I couldn't pinpoint it. I was just like, this is different, you heard me, but maybe it's just the industry. And when I seen that, I realized what it really was. I realized that the industry, the higher you go, the more wicked it get. Sometimes the more gay it get. Once I realized that, I said, oh, the real juggernauts is the Jews and the gays. That's why every time we did photo shoots and all this other shit, most of the people that worked with you was, and no offense to the gays, but there was the gay people. I realized that the higher you go, the more gay it get. And the more wicked it get. And I have no offense to none of those type of people because I'm not homophobic. Whoever do their thing, but that's what I seen. And that's what I realized. The higher you go, the more wicked it get.
Wow, that's okay.
Yeah.
Damn. I don't have nothing against them either, man. Whatever a man or woman want to do,
that's their preference.
In their bedroom is. I don't have a problem.
Look, Cam, look, even with Diddy, I have no problem with him being a freak. Like, that's not a crime.
You kept working with him after that, right? So it couldn't have bothered you that much.
It didn't bother me at all, but I still thought about it. I still was in my mind, and people around me say, bro, I'm looking at everybody like, I can't even tell y'all this, right? But they always like, say, bro, Diddy invited us to this. Diddy invited us to that. You heard me? You don't want to go? And I'm like, no, I don't want to go. But they never quite understood why I didn't want to go. I was afraid. Truthfully, I was afraid. Because I know, not even to cut you off, son, but I know myself. If I was put in that type of situation, say, bro, I'm not even no killer type dude. I'm not no killer gangster, no thug, no Pooh Shiesty, Mask, Dirty Clip. Why? I'm none of that. I'm just a young hustler from off Barone Street. But I know if I'm put in this situation and I'm uncomfortable, I'm going to kill somebody. You know what I'm saying? And I know in my mind, like, it just ain't smart for me to be a part of something that if my back is against the wall, I'm going to do something. That's how I felt.
I interviewed a guy named Ant Glizzy. And he told a story about being in the studio with Shy Glizzy
and Wale
and Cassie. And they were in there, they were making a song. They said, we heard that Diddy doesn't like anybody around Cassie. Well, I guess they were in there working, and out of nowhere, Diddy comes in with like 3 or 4 dudes, hems Wale up and hangs him over a balcony. What were your thoughts on that? What's up? This is Cam Capone. We got more content like this coming soon, so hit that like button, subscribe, and stay locked in to Cam Capone News.